Ready or not. Ready or not. Here I come. Can't hide. Gonna find you and then yo. I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest. No stress, no success.
Hello, you guys, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Journey Podcast here, where I am your host, Kiara. It's always good to be in your presence. I'm grateful for you all. I hope that you guys were able to catch Talk About It Thursday that just passed. That episode was really good. I actually was excited about that episode. I felt like it was a really good topic. So if you have not already tuned into it, please do. We are going to go ahead and continue with doing the announcements on the back end. And so I'm grateful that you guys just kind of just go with the flow. I got some good feedback, so I'm grateful. I always look for feedback when I try to do something new, so that I can know how y'all feel about it. And so, this is my first podcast. This is the first time I've ever done a podcast. So, I always look forward to tips, from others that, may watch other podcasts or may just, or may have had their own or have their own. So I'm so grateful for everybody. I want to tell y'all about my week a little bit. This week I went to an amazing event, guys. It was an all black affair. I will be posting some of the photos on my social media. So go to the website, thejourneypodcast.life, and click on my Instagram down there at the bottom in the links that are available, the social links. And so the all black affair, it was women, guys. I love a good, healthy community. A good friend of mine, Alita, put it together, and it really was kind of like a networking event, but you would not know that we had like, if you were somebody on the outside looking in that was sitting around us at the restaurant, you would not know that some of us have never met each other before. But we definitely had a good time networking, and just learning about others, and just learning about the different businesses that other women are, they have their hands in and they have their hands on, and that they're thriving in. So I was really grateful to be in the room last night for that. So that was good. And I look forward to more of those. So thank you, Alita, for that opportunity. That was really good. It was really nice. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, so let's get into today's episode. So I felt like, in honor of suicide prevention awareness, September is the month of suicide prevention awareness, and what that is to raise awareness about suicide, reduce stigma, and provide resources to those affected by suicide. As even though September is the month where it's celebrated, September 10th is the actual day for National Suicide Prevention awareness, and all year there are different resources that are available for anybody that's been affected by or affected by suicide, or anyone that's having suicidal thoughts. So the 988 hotline is available for those that, like I said, have been affected from a loved one, losing a loved one to suicide, or anyone that has had thoughts where that might be an option for them. And so please reach out to that hotline. They will get you in contact with a professional counselor that can help you, and is free of charge. And so and judgment free. It's a really good resource to take advantage of. So let's go ahead and just get into today's episode. Guys, this is something that I've never ever shared with anyone before, and I'm going to try my best to not point any fingers, or to blame anyone for my feelings or thoughts that I experienced at any time in my life. And so growing up, I really was like, I already had suffered from like deep depression from my parents being separated. So depression wasn't a stranger to me. And so as I grew up, I made decisions that maybe were not the most healthy decisions as far as like relationship wise. And I continued to experience depression and was in a relationship that was not healthy at all. I do want to say this, guys. Well, I'll say that later, but I was in an unhealthy relationship, and I felt like maybe the only way out, where somebody else didn't take my life, was if I took my own. And so, obviously, I'm still here, and I'm so grateful that I just I'm grateful that I made it past that, because that depression that leads to those thoughts is heavy. And so I had to I had to um I had to, one, get out of my head at that time. I had to pray. Like, I don't care who you pray to, guys. If you have a spiritual relationship with anybody, anything, it doesn't matter what it, anything, any whatever it is that you believe in, utilize that to help you with your depression. Because I'm telling you, whatever higher power it is that you believe in, I'm pretty sure that a part of their commitment to you is to get you through those things. And so God really got me through it. I when I say it probably was the one of the hardest times of my life, because it was like every other day, it was heavy on me, and I would hear things about people saying, "Oh, suicide is selfish. Suicide is this." But when you are having those thoughts, you're thinking that maybe I'm a burden on others. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not, um, maybe I should believe the things that this person is saying to me about myself, because I do value their opinion. And it's not hard to believe when someone tells you you're never going to be anything. Nobody's going to want you. Nobody's going to want to be with you. Um, Nobody's gonna love you, you're a terrible person, and so forth and so on. So when you're hearing those things constantly, it's not hard to begin to believe them. And so when you're constantly hearing those things, it's easy for somebody to say, well, why don't you just leave? Because on the outside, looking in, it looks like, oh, you could just walk out the door and just, but you don't know what it's like for somebody that can find you wherever you go, because they know how you think, they know how you operate, they know who you'd go to, and they know how to have that poker face where they can lure somebody into believing that, oh no, I didn't do that, I didn't say that, I wouldn't do that, I didn't try to unalive her, I didn't do it, And so when when you've had enough in a relationship, guys, and I'm talking to anybody, when you've had enough in a relationship, please know that there are so many resources available to help you. I know that I've seen so many things where law enforcement fails you, but I need you to know that just creating a paper trail is enough to act in self-defense. Also, try to it's hard. It was hard. I can say that it was really hard to even try to utilize the resources. I felt like I was being monitored in the relationship. And so it's something, your mind is such a powerful thing, guys. When your mind is telling you you can't make a phone call, you can't you're not safe doing this. I'm telling you, I'm proof that once you get out, you're out. Once you get out and you just and you have to do whatever it is that you have to do, but you got to do it scared. You got to do it. You just got to do it. And because at the end of the day, so many people so many people would have been affected by me taking my own life, because I felt like there was no options. There was like, it was nothing else. That was it. Like, my back was against the wall. I didn't want to be a burden on anyone else. And it's important, guys, to make your friends and family members, make your loved ones feel love. Don't make them feel like they're a burden because they have a lot going on. They're experiencing a lot. Um, and so I know that there are different reasons why people even consider suicide. A feeling like you failed somebody, that definitely is a reason to feel like, you know what, maybe it would be better if I wasn't around. Feeling like you're not good enough, or maybe you have a lot on your plate. Maybe feeling like, you know what, life is too much. Because sometimes life be life, and then we all know that. And while some of us don't experience depression as deep as others, um, when you got a lot on your plate, the bills are piling up, the kids are piling up, the job is too much, school is too much, everything is too much. It's easy to think, you know what? Maybe I bit off more than I can chew. And it's hard for others because it's hard for me right now. It's hard for the kids because I have a lot on my plate. It's hard for, and so forth and so on, guys. Sometimes it's okay to take a step back from the things that are on your plate. I know a lot of pressure might be on you because maybe you're in school and, people are counting on you to finish, by a certain time. And, it's okay. Your timeline is your timeline. Don't allow the pressure of others to weigh on you so bad that you forget to value your mental health. Um, because your mental health is important. And so, depression, I saw a post that a friend of mine shared earlier this week about how, like, what did you do? The question was, what did you do to get out of depression? And that could be the homework for this week. If you'd like to share, please do. You don't have to share publicly. You can text me. You can text a hotline or whatever the case may be. The hotline's number is 770-802-1200. And so a lot of what she had shared that she did to fight depression, such as journaling. Journaling became a really big thing for me, some years ago. And when I say I have so much journals, guys, it's ridiculous. I have journals for everything. And so, that definitely helped me to, get through my depression, because I was extremely depressed, especially after having kids. I was having kids back to back, and it just was like I was constantly being pulled and being needed, and everyone looking to me for. So it was a lot of pressure where I just felt like, oh my God, like I have to be everything for everyone. I have to be. So what would they do if they didn't have me? Another thing, guys, um, taking on you don't have to always be the strong person. You don't have to. It's not always. And I know that it may help others to, but what also may help others is providing them with the resources that could also help them, as far as like letting them know, hey, if your bills have become too much for you, look into these different resources that are available for you to utilize. Because sometimes just being there for too many people can be a stressor on you. And sometimes, like, just always being needed can be a stressor on you. Sometimes being the strong friend, sometimes being the strong family member, that can weigh too much on you. And so please make sure, guys, that you are, that you are, let me tell you, God put people on earth with these jobs like, doctors, therapists, and so forth and so on to help you. These are the tools that have been provided for you. You going to therapy does not mean anything bad or anything negative, or it doesn't even necessarily mean that you were having suicidal thoughts. You might just need somebody to talk to. And at the end of the day, everybody needs somebody where they can experience a judgment free zone. And what I used to say therapy, like, why am I going to go tell a stranger my problems? But the stranger doesn't know me to judge me like like maybe a friend or family member would. And so that is definitely the benefits of therapy. So like I said, make sure you guys are utilizing those benefits at work. Make sure you are make sure you're utilizing your insurance, whether you get Medicaid, whether you get you have insurance benefits through your job. It doesn't matter where you get insurance from. You literally can look on online to see what therapists accepts the insurance that you have to offer, because there is some kind of something. Like I said, also that hotline 988 is for suicidal thoughts, people that are experiencing the effects of someone that committed suicide. I want to say that because like I said, I've heard people say, "Oh, suicide is selfish. Suicide is a coward move," or whatever the case may be. And guys, I don't want you to think that about anyone that has attempted or that has been successful, because at the end of the day, most of the time, a lot of people do it to relieve others. And so, to relieve others of, maybe they think, well, I myself, when I thought it, I was like, you know what? If I wasn't around, maybe I wouldn't have to call and be crying to anybody and stressing them out, calling, like, or like just having a hard time at 4 o'clock in the morning and needing somebody to talk to, or just constantly needing to be bailed out of some kind of like issue or whatever the case may be. And so, with that being said, it was not because I it's not always because they can't take it anymore and they're it's simply sometimes you just think that people would be better off without you around. And so I would never say that it's selfish. It's actually sometimes, and I can't, like I said, I can't speak for other people, but it's actually sometimes it's out of selflessness that people do attempt, and that people do actually that people are actually successful with committing suicide. Guys, please, if what made me want to share this journey today, because I've never talked about it, I feel like if you are experiencing the effects of losing someone that committed suicide, or if you are someone that has attempted, your story can probably help somebody else. Your story, somebody else is probably experiencing the effects as well, and they're unsure of how to get through it or how to move forward, how to continue to be strong. And some of you are doing it because that's just what you do, and even though that's just what you do, doesn't mean that it's something easy for you to do. And so, talk about it, talking about things I've noticed in doing podcasting, just talking about the different journeys for myself have helped heal me in different ways. And so I'm so grateful for the courage. And so on your own time, of course. Like I said, you don't know who's going to be in your presence when you talk about it. You don't know who it's going to help when you talk about it. And so you can be a light for someone else that needs it. And just to see that you were capable of making it out of that abusive relationship, or that you were making it through that college experience that was just hard for you to get through, or just different things, whatever brought you to that state of depression, that brought you to those thoughts, guys. That's what this community is for. I want you to be able to come forward. Like, if there's ever, like, so sometimes when I was going through, after I had the twins, I had a pulmonary embolism and I had a hematoma. Those are two different types of blood clots. So I had one in my stomach. I had the hematoma was in my stomach, and the pulmonary embolism was in my lungs. That is a blood clot in the lungs. So for those that didn't know, after I had the twins, I lost a lot of blood, had to get 5 blood transfusions, and I needed help because I had kids. I had 6 kids at the time, so I needed somebody to be there for the kids. I needed, the bills still needed to be paid. So we had one source of income at the time that we were relying on, and I felt so alone experiencing that. And so, when I say that, it was literally like I was on a battlefield where I was experiencing thoughts that were hard for me to get through, and I didn't want to tell anybody that, because now I got somebody has to be at my house. The twins were still in the emergency room. Life was just a lot. I had a lot on my plate. And guys, pay attention to your children too. Kids experience depression. I wanted to commit suicide as a little girl because I just felt like life was a lot. No, I didn't have any bills. No, I didn't have any responsibilities. But I was experiencing so many things that I just was like, ugh, I was angry. I was depressed. And so check on your kids. Get them the help that they might need as well. To ask them, how's your mental health? These are questions that, especially this generation that we are raising now, guys, there's so much quote unquote crash out children in these times right here. And guys, I found myself trying to be there for, and that became a lot for me too, because it's like, oh man, I got 7 of my own inside my house, 8 total that that I have that are priority. And then I have my niece, I have my nieces, I have my nephew, and so forth and so on. And it's like, okay, I want to be there, and I'm seeing my kids have friends. I'm seeing the community that they're in. I'm seeing children with parents that aren't showing up for them. Guys, those things create an opportunity that creates an opportunity for these children to be depressed, so just check on your children, be there for your children, be the parent that they need if you have children. If you don't have children, your nieces, your nephews, the children in the community, they need this community, this generation, the one that we are raising now. They need us. They need us to be there for them. Guys, suicide is real. These thoughts are not thoughts that are easy to unthink. Excuse me. They're not thoughts that are easy to they actually have a great influence on you. And so I hope that we can be more intentional in the community. If you see someone, a child or anyone that you can kind of sense that they just they got a lot going on, if you can be there for them in some way, even if, like I said, that's providing them with the resources that are available. Like I said, I'll have something available on the website where you can go and you can see the resources that are available for you to utilize. But other than that, guys, like I said, suicide is a real thing. These thoughts are real thoughts. be there for your loved ones, check on your loved ones, love on your loved ones as much as you can. Sometimes what they're going through, whether, I mean, if they're in a relationship that is abusive, or in any kind of way, it doesn't even have to physically be abusive. It can just be mentally abusive, emotionally abusive, and so forth and so on. If you see someone or know someone that's experiencing that, keep them in your prayers. Keep them lifted up. Maybe shoot them a text here and there. Hey, I'm thinking about you. I love you. And so forth and so on. I'm not here to tell you that saves everybody. Sometimes you can do everything in your power to try to save someone, and it's still just not enough, because that depression is so deep that it's just the only person that can save them is themselves. And so sometimes that's the case, and it's unfortunate. And I think that's probably like one of the hardest things to think. Because how long were you dealing with this depression? Not everybody that's dealing with depression is gonna say, "Hey, I'm dealing with depression." They're not gonna, and sometimes they look happy. Sometimes they look like they're okay. Sometimes you just got off the phone with them. Sometimes sometimes you just don't know. And that's why it's good, guys, to be good to people. Treat people well, be kind to them. You just don't know what people are going through, mentally and emotionally. You don't know what people are going through at home. So it's good to give grace. It's good to be kind, like I said, and so forth and so on. And just, yeah, this is a hard topic for me, guys, because like I said, I've never shared this with anybody, not even the times when I was little, and so God, I'm so grateful that I just, I'm grateful that I was able to pray my way out of the depression that I was experiencing. And that's, to this day, sometimes I find myself wanting to slip into and it's just like, just trying, and it's simply just because I'm trying to be the best version of myself, and I'm like, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone constantly, and it's just like, it gets hard. It does get hard sometimes. So, but like I said, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my community. I'm grateful for the people that are around me, that just feed into me. Anyone that I talk to, y'all know who y'all are. I talk to on a daily basis, or I talk to at work, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes y'all don't know how just the little bit of encouragement that you think that you're giving me, how much it means to me. And so, yes, I'm grateful. And I hope that y'all have the best week. I cannot wait to see you guys again on Thursday. Please check out the website, guys. We are on a little bit more platforms than normal. And so, like I said, I'm trying to cover all platforms just so we can get the community out there, and so that we can be great, and so that more people can share their journeys. Thank you again last week, Nick, for coming on and sharing your podcast journey. Guys, if you have not already gone ahead and followed him, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and support him as much as you can. I believe he said he's only going to be on YouTube. So guys, please make sure you support him. Again, if you have any questions for me about this week's episode, or if you have anything that you'd like to share about this week's episode and inspired you to do or feel any way, I really would appreciate you guys giving me that feedback. Guys, get out there in the community, talk to those coworkers, talk to your friends, call your friends, be there for them, love on them as much as they allow you to, because like I said, you never know what somebody's going through or what somebody's experiencing. So with that being said, I love you all to life, and yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Feel like I'm superhuman. Lifestyle that show the move. Said I changed, you never knew. Heavy pain and perks abusing. Section 8 whole block was true. Yeah. Respirator, my dog was losing. Never said you moving on. Shit. And I'm like, how'd you do it? I'm from that land, King Joffrey Jr. Wish the plane would happen sooner. I'm too advanced, yeah, I'm the future.